emocje dłuższej telewizyjnej rewolucji Kevin i Olivia na blogosphere. The international phenomenon. Attack of the Show.
That is the best part. You're here. Morgan Webb, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. My name should be appearing right there.
Yay.
And that, yes, that's Olivia is out today, so joining me is Miss Morgan Webb from X-Play. Miss Morgan Webb.
Live from the Digital Studios in Los Angeles.
We missed you, kids.
We did.
Sorry about last week. Promise we won't hit you again. Until the next dark week. On the show today, your precious Apple hardware is obsolete, my friends. Don't react. The new iPhone 4 was revealed for the first time today. Officially for the first time at the Worldwide Developers Conference. A pity clause. Hardwick is on site to tell us about the new high-def video recording and front-facing camera. Plus, if you like the Oscar-winning work of actor Adrien Brody fans in the, Of course. No. For an iPhone, well, whatever, but Adrien Brody, the dudes get riled up.
They're all going to buy one.
Of course they are. I thought you meant they're all going to buy a Adrien Brody. There's really,
that's on sale
there's
yet?
a Brody for sale, thank you. Wait until you see him jauntily bounce through time and space in today's Around the Net.
And then Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland is out now on DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh.
We have, I know, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how Wonderland was built. I'm guessing, and I'm just thinking right now, a lot of drugs.
No one's Army of One here. Army of One.
And you can learn things about toilets you can never unlearn in today's WTF, and you're going to want to unlearn them.
What? I'm an Alice in Wonderland fan. I got very excited for that.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, there I am.
Unfortunately, it's time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
There's a net, and I think we need to go around it. Can we? Really? Really?
No, hold on.
Okay. No. You already said yes. There is video proof that you said yes.
No, there's
DVR
not.
back. Morgan just said yes. I asked.
I said, he asked, Morgan, do you like kittens? And I said, yes, Kevin. Yes, I do like kittens. I really do. Kittens are
That's a
wonderful
conversation that we have not ever had. Morgan was remarking that she needs a bit of a haircut, a little trimming, and I said,
you can't actually see that I have eyes right now. I do, I swear.
No, you do.
I have 2 of them. See?
But what you did was make the cardinal mistake. When I said, can we trim them live on air, your response was, yeah. You just said it.
I said yes. But you, not you.
What?
Not you. Not you.
Come on, break out the Portuguese shears. I will get in there. This show has an illustrious history of haircuts
I know,
live on air.
It went so well.
110% chance of success of this. All right, we'll figure it out. We will talk about it perhaps during a commercial.
Sure.
We'll see if we can't get some trimmage going on.
Not him.
Totally me.
Absolutely not.
If you think it should be, tweet it to @AOTS. We'll let the viewers decide. Now, in at number 5 today, everybody's talking about the iPhone 4 and all of its Christ-like abilities, of course.
But can it turn a cat into a machine gun? Because my Android phone totally can.
What?
Totally. They are not amused.
Oh, well, I am.
I know, right?
So, great.
Yeah.
I'm going to be even more amused if someone matches up the cat with the beatboxing dog. Success!
And I know what I'm going to do with my dog tonight. I need to make my YouTube video of my own. We'll see how it goes.
Are you going to machine gun your dog, or are you
She's
going to
just
beatbox
going to sit there and be like, why? Why? It's no fun. Adrien Brody's new horror movie Splice is in theaters right now, but he's also starring in today's number 4, Around the Net.
Yes, and while Splice is about the horrors of genetic engineering, this clip from Neil Cicierega, it's Latin, is it? I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's all about the joys of being Brody.
better than my commute.
Way better. I
Yeah.
thought that was a terrible place to store a guitar, but it worked out just fine for Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody can store the guitar wherever the hell Adrian Brody wants to store a guitar.
All right, if Brody wants, whatever Brody wants,
I mean-
Brody gets.
Right? Obviously.
I just want his morning commute. Can we get in on that?
I think so.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Ferris wheel. That's pretty great.
Oh, I know how much you love unicorns.
I'm riding a pony. Oh, hey, Porter John. Oh, I got it. Oh, whoa.
Wow, that turned into a whole bag of no fun.
I was gonna pee. What? What? You have to brush the curtain?
Your show's no fun anymore.
You're telling me.
I want to play with that monitor, though.
Who the hell is that guy?
That's Carol Burnett.
Oh, okay.
That's who that is.
That makes sense
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
Today's number 3 item comes to us from that paragon of web video special effects, Mr. Freddie Wong.
Yeah. Wong uses the technique of light painting. Okay, you've probably seen it before in advertisements or advertisements, as I say.
Yes, but you've never seen it done with so much blood. Oh! Awesome.
If you're gonna go, you might as well exit this earth in a halo of sparkly red light.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's the same way my 360 exited this earth.
Hiyo!
Seriously, they crash. Now, in at number 2
I'm on
today.
my third.
Are you on your third? Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Now, did you
But
buy
I've
another
never-
one while
I've
waiting for the other one to come back?
I've never had a red ring.
What?
I've had special errors all the time.
What the hell goes on at your place?
Nothing. Epic gaming. It's cool. Yeah, nothing. I don't know.
And at number 2 today.
Bad luck. I'm gonna come over to your house and hang out with your Xbox and see how long it lasts.
No, you're like the ring for electronics. Like whenever you enter the sphere of a device
the
that is
hair for
powered.
it.
Yeah. Well, not by the end of the show, because Mr. Scissors Pereira is
snip.
getting in there. They really want me to cut your hair on the
they-
Twitter wall. I'm just saying they do. And at number 2 today, look, it could have gone either way. Traveling band Rick Kay and the All Nighters perform ZZ Top's rocking ode to men's apparel, Sharp Dressed Man.
But the real star of the clip is the drummer. See, unless you're Tommy Lee, Keith Moon, or that one-armed guy from Def Leppard, it's hard for a percussionist to really distinguish himself. You know what that's like, right, Kevin?
Completely agree.
Yeah.
For this guy, though, not a problem.
No.
I just watched that and I was like, that guy is not allowed at my rock band parties. And then I realized we need to get him on the show for rock band.
Absolutely.
Because if he can bring that to the RB,
Oh,
that'd
he
be dope.
brought it.
Yeah.
He has this very Chris Farley-esque thing going on.
He's a Chris Farley, a percussionist?
He really is.
Does that mean his drumming is going to carry David Spade's movie career long after he stops drumming? Is that
I think so. Absolutely.
Then you're absolutely right.
Because he needs a little help right now.
You're right. I
because
see the parallels. Yeah.
He's starting to go down, and he could just.
Starting to go. Come on. It's David Spade.
I'm trying to be nice.
Still ahead. A woman achieves her dream of flight.
For a moment, that means today's number 1 ATN. It's coming up right after this.
It's a glorious moment. This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Panasonic Viera. With 3D this lifelike, can we still call it a TV?
I love how excited they are. And
Me too.
It's a good one.
And I hate to shatter the #1 momentum, so this will be a quick order business, but during the commercial break, I thought we were just doing a little bang trim. Miss Morgan Webb said I can cut her entire head. I can give her a new style. So, listen, that's gracious of you. It's brave of you.
God,
I think that's exactly what. That's not even a watch.
It's been really fun.
That's not even a watch.
It's 2 beats past 3.
Okay.
And
Let's get to today's #1,
All
and then
right.
we'll discuss. It's a triumph, really, of the human condition.
Since the early humans first gazed upward at birds in flight, we have dared to dream of floating effortlessly through the sky, freed from our earthly bindings. At least I have. Have you? No?
Sure, yeah.
The glory of flight.
But most of the time,
Okay.
dreams of flight end up like this.
Go, Jalissa. Uh-oh, you okay?
Safe!
Okay, first of all, you know they're all hammered because there's a guy sitting on top of the swing set for no reason.
Whenever there's adults on a swing set, you know alcohol's
All
involved.
right, no, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But there's so much beauty and wonder happening in that video, we feel like it deserves a little scientific type telestrator treatment. So
This is a very sciencey show after all.
yeah, we keep it grounded.
Yeah.
So this was the gentleman that you were talking about up there. He's
Absolutely.
perched. He's your little A-cam there.
Yeah.
And here, boom, first flight.
Here's just right here, just after being launched from her swing. As you can see, she's got quite a nice trajectory.
Solid
going.
trajectory. And keep note, right now, the feet are in perfect landing position.
Absolutely.
So far.
This could not be a disaster.
No,
at this
so far
moment.
so good. Let's go forward a little bit and see what happens. See, gravity right there is a persistent mistress. Cannot stay in the air for long. Remember, she was airborne there.
Right.
Here, she's about to get it. Oh, is that whale tail? Yep, we have that.
Absolutely.
We got some whale tail.
Yeah.
And she's not in the air for long. And how long? Half a second? Millisecond?
Well, here right now, she's hitting the land, but she continues her forward momentum along the ground.
Yeah.
Now, she's under the sway of the force of friction, which will slow down her movement, as well as giving her a really nasty grass stain.
If this were a breakdancing
also wedgie.
competition, she'd be in a great shape right
Yeah.
now. But for you yoga fans, this is also perfect chair pose. It's just not normally performed on the head.
Yes.
It's normally, you're normally seated, but that's fine. And let's go along. Finally, we can see a lot of stuff is really happening right here towards the end. First of all, there's a lot of shame in this region up here, and she's hiding that cleverly with her hand. But if you look right there where the wig is.
Yeah. She was trying to protect that during her slide, and she was unable to really maintain that.
Like a child, when you see an oncoming car, you grab, you try to protect. The shame is located right here and here. Actually, in this entire region right there, that is the shame zone.
I think her problem is that her center of gravity has changed since she performed this stunt when she was 11.
And I'm going to
It's
draw
just a
something
different-
that'll never make it to air. I'm going to put some hair on the bottom.
You at home are very lucky. You're very talented.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
absolutely.
much. To get your daily viral fix, public school. And to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
Around the net. Oh, sorry, you said that already.
Around the
Today,
net.
they're a little slow in the uptake, but they're getting there.
Hoons.
All right, today's Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference. This is the very first that anyone has seen the much anticipated iPhone 4. Okay, haven't heard about anything today but the iPhone 4.
Right. Well, today was the big day for it, except for that whole potentially giant law-breaking Gizmodo leak from a few months back that told us everything as well.
Hilarious.
Other than that,
Loved it.
This was a great practical joke, Gizmodo.
All right, here's Chris Hardwick with all of the surprises and news at the Gadget Blogs. You know, the part that the Gadget Blogs didn't actually ruin for you already.
So Gizmodo got kind of a scoop, but not all questions were answered at that time. So maybe that'll happen here today at WWDC 2010. Perhaps we will see the iPhone 4G finally announced. I think we're going to see it. Pretty sure.
Good morning. We have got a great conference for you guys this week. We're introducing iPhone 4, an all-new design. It is just 9.3 millimeters thick. That is 24% thinner than the iPhone GS. On the front, we have a front-facing camera. We have the receiver. We have the home button, Retina display. has 326 pixels per inch. Because we have 4 times as many pixels, we get awesome text, awesome images, and awesome video. And that stainless steel band that runs around is the primary structural element of the phone, which actually uses the stainless steel band as part of the antenna system. We're adding a gyroscope. And now I get much more precise movement here, and as you see, it rotates around gravity. The camera also records HD video, but we're going even further than that, because what we've done is we've written an application ourselves called iMovie for iPhone.
You can now record HD video, edit with beautiful theme transitions and titles, and share your finished movies all on the device that you carry in your pocket every day.
One more thing. Hey, Johnny. FaceTime video calling. It's iPhone 4 to iPhone 4, anywhere there is Wi-Fi, and there is no setup required. You can switch to the rear camera so the person on the other end can see what you're seeing. Portrait or landscape. The video and the audio quality is great. The price, $199 in the US for the 16 gigabyte model, and $299 for the 32 gigabyte model. These go on sale June 24th. So that is the iPhone 4. We think it's the biggest leap we've taken since the original iPhone.
So that's it from WWDC 10. I'm FaceTiming 90% of the stuff I was hoping to hear today if this announcement happened, and I am thoroughly pleased. Steve Jobs seemed energized. We had a moment. He walked by, said hi, he said hi back, and we didn't make eye contact, but I knew in his heart he was like, hey, you're Chris Harder from Tech of the Show.
Very cool stuff. We were saying,
Sorry, I can't take it anymore.
What? Are you going to MacGruber a solution to
Yes.
this, or you're just going to pin it to the side?
I can see! That's not cute.
We'll get it. We'll work
Whatever.
on it. We'll have a team of
You
engineers.
guys have seen my face before. It's all right. Nothing's changed.
No 64 gig version
No
of the new
64
iPhone,
gig,
which I thought was interesting.
Which
'cause
is surprising, and I think a lot of people were expecting that. Now they're taking HD video.
You're going to need the extra space.
You're gonna need the extra space.
There will be another revision, I'm sure. But as all Apple fanboys and tech lovers remember, this was the year that a couple bloggers ruined Uncle Steve's annual big surprise.
Hilarious. We haven't heard that much about the consequences for Gizmodo's Jason Chen or Gray Powell or that other guy who found the iPhone prototype at that German beer garden. But that doesn't mean Apple hasn't handled things quickly and quietly.
This is no fantasy. We are not dealing here with idle supposition. No, gentlemen, the indictment I brought to you this day, the specific charges listed therein against these 3 individuals, are matters of undeniable fact. Boom. I ask you now to pronounce your judgment on those accused. On this mindless aberration, whose only means of expression are trafficking in stolen property and blogging and getting his friends to send emails to me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not a good idea. Brian J. Hogan, who would find and sell his own mother if he could. A danger even to children that he might find on the playground. He probably wouldn't even respond to someone using the Find My iPhone feature available to all users of MobileMe. Isn't that right, Mr. Hogan? And finally, on Gray Powell, once trusted by this council, charged with maintaining the iPhone itself, an engineer for the 4.0 operating system. He, no matter how drunk he was the instigator of this insidious plot. The decision of the council will now be heard.
Guilty. Guilty.
The vote must be unanimous, Jobzel.
I would rather have Flash on my iPad than have to look at you 3 any longer. Guilty. Oh, and one more thing. Your lives will be spared, but you'll be sentenced to imprisonment in a magical and revolutionary device. Say hello to Newton and Elisa for me.
Don't worry, we'll get off that thing somehow.
We won't. There's no USB.
There's no USB. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, hello, Larry and Sergey. How are you guys? Yes, I just wanted to talk to you about your Google Android Marketplace. Why don't you come on in and stand in the rotating eye circles, and I'll be right with you.
All over the world, people are laying their fingers on other people's Butterfingers. But fear not, the Butterfinger Defense League has got your back. They're looking for the 4th member of their team, and it could be you. You could even win $20,000 plus a trip to Comic-Con to meet Olivia and myself. What's better than that? Go to g4tv.com/Butterfinger Defense League to learn how you can join the fight. I'm still gonna cut them.
What?
I'm gonna.
There's no pebbles? No Welcome back to Attack on the Show.
There's something about Morgan. We recently sent Allison Hayslip to hang out with the cast of Get 'Em to the Greek.
We're pretty sure she had a good time.
From the minute you touch down in London, you have 72 hours to get out of the snow to the Greek Theater in Los Angeles.
Hey guys, so you remember a couple years ago when Forgetting Sarah Marshall was your favorite movie and we were introduced to the very crazy and very intriguing Russell Brand? Well, now he's back with the same character in a new spin-off, Get Him to the Greek, and we're on set to check it out.
Have you ever drunk absinthe from the 1900s?
No. We're trying to capture rock and roll in a movie. And Russell Brand he's playing the same character, but in Sarah Marshall, he was on the wagon. And this one, he's really dealing with a lot of dark demons, and he's the disaster and the chaotic one.
I feel like I've seen behind the curtain. And behind the curtain, he's a sweating little drunk idiot.
You will probably have sex with him at some point in your life, I imagine, if you were here today.
Don't listen to him, Mom.
He's just good with the ladies. That's why I was saying that. And you're a woman, so maybe.
That's true.
I don't know.
I need some brilliant ideas right now. How about ringtones on urinals? I call them flush tones.
Is it kind of intimidating having the Puff Daddy as your boss?
He's pretty intimidating. Like, we'll be shooting and like he's doing a scene where he's like yelling at people, and then I'll see him like around his trailer and he's on a Bluetooth like yelling at people still as himself.
He's not acting.
No, he's actually on real phone calls during the scenes, yelling at people.
I got 6 kids. You know how many Air Jordan 6 black kids wear?
It's got Russell Brand, it's got Jonah Hill, it's got a dash of P. Diddy and some of today's hottest comics. How could this be anything but hilarious? All right, get me to the Greek!
Can I put it back?
No, it's still getting cut. Just so you guys know, there was some non-Apple news today.
Really? Here's someone with the day's something.
Hi, Allison.
Oh, hi, Allison. What's going on?
Hi, it is. It's me. It's the blonde girl on the network. How's it going? And despite what Jonah Hill said, totally did not sleep with Russell Brand. Just putting it out there one more time.
Liar.
I'm just going to start the feed and ignore you. I do not want a stinking almond, Kevin. Thank you.
That was random. Really random shout.
He's been asking me for almonds all day. All right, anyway, it's Monday, June 7th, and here are your top stories. Yahoo and Facebook just became BFFs. Aww. The two web giants signed a deal that would allow users to more easily share information between their Yahoo and Facebook accounts. Those changes, scheduled to go live sometime this week, include the ability to cross-post status updates and videos between Facebook and Yahoo, share profile info, and even the ability to move pictures between Yahoo's Flickr and Facebook's photo gallery. Yahoo's Facebook integration comes only months after the site launched a similar partnership with Twitter in an effort to remain relevant in the booming social media space. And for the record, I don't know anyone who has a Yahoo email account. Do you? Nope. Now let's be honest, after all the big Apple news today, you probably forgot about Sprint. But the red-headed stepchild of phone carriers just announced it had its biggest launch day ever with the release of the HTC Evo 4G this past Friday. Why such high demand for this new smartphone? Well, for starters, the Evo is the world's first 4G phone. We're guessing an 8-megapixel camera, 720p video, and an HDMI output doesn't hurt either. The Evo's launch knocked the Palm Pre off its tiny Sprint sales pedestal, which, let's be honest, that probably wasn't that hard to do. And finally, if you were thinking about test driving an iPad at the Apple Store, don't. An investigator from the Daily News took swabs from iPad displays at 2 Manhattan Apple retail stores and found that one sample contained the dangerous bacteria that causes staph infections and meningitis. Yeah. The other store's sample was also swimming with an unusually high amount of slightly less dangerous microbes, but the bottom line is you might want to think twice before touching those in-store display models. Gross. I'm Allison Hayslip, and you've just been fed. Let's go back to Kevin and Morgan.
Thank you, Miss Allison Hayslip.
I can't believe I touched your iPad.
Yeah, it's magical and revolutionary and infectious.
I need to sanitize.
Yeah. Now, Lewis Carroll supposedly never did any drugs, but his writing sure inspired a lot of people to try them. Let me tell you that much.
If you felt like you were in an altered state of mind while watching Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, though, it's only because of the hard work of the special effects teams.
Or you slipped a little something into your popcorn. I mean, it
Either way.
happens. Do it about 45 minutes and then wait.
This is impossible.
Tim Burton used the latest in computerized graphics to bring the cast of Alice in Wonderland to life. Now released on Blu-ray and DVD, we got an exclusive look down the rabbit hole, more commonly known as Sony Pictures Imageworks, to see how Wonderland was built.
Alice has returned to Wonderland.
Great to be on a project like Alice, to work with Tim Burton, where we had like this blank canvas we could do almost anything on. And it really starts off with trying to find the movie and then start worrying about how are we going to get the Tweedles to look a certain way or the Red Queen's giant head.
I've always admired that hat.
Numbskull, this is completely wrong. Oh, this is one of the shots of the Cheshire Cat.
I mainly just work with the mesh. I move that around, I float it, I give it motion, I give it purpose.
It's trying to figure out exactly how we want to portray him.
Tim Burton does not like cats at all. What he finds really creepy about them is just how they're very standoffish and aloof. There's always this air of self-righteousness about the cat that he knows best.
You'd best be on your way.
I need a pig here. I love a warm pig belly for my aching feet.
We just said we'll just shoot the Red Queen on set, full regalia, makeup, with a high-resolution 4K camera. So when we enlarge it, it doesn't degrade the image very much.
Stop that.
Once her head was large, Tim looked at it and figured, we need to bring that line down through her waist, so her waist is pinched in too artificially.
They go through in the pre-compositing stage and they actually extract her head, they cut it out. Of course, then when they do that, you scale her head bigger, it's now at the top of frame. And that's why we shot with larger cameras so that we can actually reframe everything and get her in the right spot.
I like tadpoles on toast almost as much as I love caviar.
I'm Tweedledee, he's Tweedledum. And Cherry was, I'm Tweedledum, he's Tweedledee.
That's odd.
For the Tweedles, we were trying to maintain Matt's performance. The most we could do is just maintain just the face within the rest of this mask that this character had.
Each scene was shot twice. Once he plays Tweedledum, and then the other time it's shot, he plays Tweedledee.
We basically pulled that face out, used his performance from the stage to animate it.
At that point then, in the final comp, we would either cut the face and track it to the whole head or cut out each eye and mouth and track it to the corners independently. You know, you've got the final composite. That is actually the eyes from the plate. But the cheeks and the forehead and the wrinkles, that's all CG.
You some know-how.
I think a film like Alice in Wonderland, the background information, for anyone who's interested in maybe getting into this field of visual effects, it's a real education as to how this kind of material has to be put together.
I feel like it's been a journey. Or a trip or something. Alice in Wonderland isn't the only cultural event that will make you want to eat some magic mushrooms.
No, that's right. E3 is only a week away! We're kicking off our week-long E3 2010 live coverage next Monday? At Monday at 3 p.m. Then at 4:30, we shine a spotlight on EA and Ubisoft.
On Tuesday at 11:30, we're going to bring you spotlights on Nintendo and Sony. And at 5 p.m., we go live from the floor, plowing our way through 40 hands-on game demos, including... And now it's going to be sweet. Including Rage, Call of Duty Black Ops, and kicking it all off is a full half-hour dedicated to our Star Wars The Old Republic reveal.
And folks, we are just getting started. Our massive E3 coverage continues throughout next week.
Don't miss E3 2010 live in HD. It's presented by Burger King, June 14th, only on G4. Visit g4tv.com/E3 for details.
Oh, and on this Thursday's Attack of the Show, we're going to actually reveal our 3 finalists for our 2010 E3 Booth Babe search.
Oh, thank God. I have been dying to know.
Mark your calendars.
Dying to know.
Very hands-on.
All right, Apple, something I care about, has a new OS.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and a new iPhone, and a front-facing camera.
That's right. For the experts roundup on what it all means, stick around. It's The Loop, everybody. You don't care about this?
The feed is brought to you by new Cheetos Mighty Zingers. Love the flavor, fear the might.
What happens next?
These geniuses are trying their hands at a little parking lot skiing. So what happens next? Does he get launched off the ramp? Does he miss the ramp and slam into the car? Or does he wipe out and slam right into the ramp? Find out when we return.
What happens next?
These geniuses are trying their hands at a little parking lot skiing. So what happens next? Does he get launched off the ramp? Does he miss the ramp and slam into the car? Or does he wipe out and run right into the ramp?
Oh. Ouch. Hey! Now look, we already know you were drooling all over your home rows watching Steve Jobs' keynote at WWDC today, but calm down, put away your credit card, and we're going to cut through the hype right now in The Loop. Joining me from San Francisco to help us make sense of it all, editor-in-chief for Engadget.com, Joshua Topolski is here, everybody.
Hey, how are you?
How are you, Joshua? Sorry, apparently
Very good.
our in-studio applause is also on a satellite delay. I am happy to have you here, sir. You got to see the new iPhone 4 today. You got to get your hands all over it legally. What is your impression of the new device? Are you blown away? Is it magical and, in fact, revolutionary?
I don't know about magical and revolutionary, but it's a really good smartphone.
That's not hyperbolic enough, Joshua.
It is quite simply the best phone I've ever used in my entire life.
Wow. Okay.
It's really good. I mean, they kind of all the stuff that everybody complained about, they have fixed pretty much.
Yeah. It sounds like all the features we wanted since the first iPhone have finally arrived in a new form factor, and apparently it looks better than ever now. There's a new Retina display, which, I mean, look, they can slap a word on any sort of display they want. That's fine. Are we going to be saying, I wish some insert device here had a Retina display in a few months? Is it really that good looking?
So this is not hyperbole. It may be the best looking display I've ever seen. I mean, it looks crazy good. You can't see pixels on it.
You're talking about even when you zoom, like on a web page, you pinch and zoom and you get all the way in on text, you really can't even see defined pixels on letters?
Yeah, I mean, it's rendering the text, so it looks perfectly smooth. It's actually really impressive. I was talking to some of the other tech guys who were there, and we were all sort of saying it's hard because we actually feel this is an amazing looking display. And, you know, people are used to you giving your raw, kind of bitter opinion about stuff. But it actually looks amazing.
No, that's good to hear. I'm told it's better than the human eye can actually see. So now we'll have to go to Apple to upgrade our actual eyeballs to take advantage of the screen.
Yeah. It's really good.
That's really, I mean, that's good to hear because you're right. In a time where it's nothing but jaded tech opinions, it's okay to be excited about something for once. Now, what about the steel case that can improve signal strength? Is that just marketing hype, or are those notches really going to give us more bars?
Well, you know, it's funny, when we saw when we had some of the pictures and Giz had those photos and we were speculating on what those notches could be, because everybody said, boy, that's really not like Apple. And Jobs even made he made a joke about how people said, hey, this is like an Apple design. I thought, and some other people thought, hey, that could be for antennas to get them on the outside of the case. And the way it looks now is, I mean, from the sounds of it, that is what the purpose of those notches is. It's to, you know, improve the signal.
Right.
So hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah, agreed. And hopefully we'll also get some real time to use this FaceTime app, because now we finally have a front-facing video camera. Now we can launch video chats, but I'm told it has limitations. It can only actually make calls or make video calls over Wi-Fi, correct?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a downer, but not totally unexpected. You know, it's pushing video out, it's pulling video in real time along with audio. I mean, is AT&T's network up to it?
No.
Hard to say.
They can't handle text messages.
Right, exactly. So I think they're going to get there, but they obviously need to build out the network before they can say, yeah, just go ahead and video chat all you want.
Right. Well, the front-facing camera is standard VGA, so it's lower res. But on the back now, we finally have a camera with a flash, a couple more megapixels hanging out there. But the real surprise for me, I thought, was HD video. I mean, yes, other cameras are doing it, other cell phone cameras are doing it, but it's here with video editing as well, correct?
Yeah, and it looks really good. They showed some edited clip that they'd done, and it is as good as an HD camcorder. I mean, from what I could tell, it looked really, really crisp. And, you know, they say, well, we didn't doctor this, we didn't do anything to it, it's all done in the phone.
Right.
So, I mean, definitely, if you've got a flip, I mean, you're probably going to get rid of it if you're getting one of these.
Right, you now had a flip. But now
yeah, exactly.
Joshua, one of the things, they're only offering the new iPhone 4 in 16 or 32 gig flavors. With all this high-def video going on, is that surprising to you? Do you think we'll see a 64 gig version?
I'm kind of surprised we didn't see a 64 gig version today. I mean, it seems like the next logical step, obviously. But, you know, they could bring a 64 gig version out 6 months from now or something, maybe just throw it in there. But, you know, it would be great to have a little more storage when you're shooting HD video.
Right. Well, they had to make room for the gyroscope, apparently.
That is true.
Joshua, final question, because we're totally out of time. But was there anything that was not announced today that you were expecting to hear?
There was supposed to be some new Safari talk. We didn't see that. We got a leak last night about this crazy magic trackpad, which is like a touchpad instead of a mouse. That didn't show up.
So there could still be goodies, maybe iTunes in the cloud or something else going on down the road?
Yeah, well, maybe in fall. They do an event in fall. It's always iTunes-centric, so I think we're going to see some new Apple TV stuff there and some new iTunes stuff.
Awesome. Joshua, always a pleasure to have you here. Joshua Topolski from Engadget, keeping us in the loop. Thank you, sir. And
thanks a lot.
Really, at the end of the day, no matter what anyone might think of the new iPhone, lines are already forming. People want to fork over $200 for the 16 gig, about $300 for the 32 gig. It's the iPhone 4, and it's going to be released on June 24th for those of you who want to know. But now, let's go over to Miss Morgan.
All right, guys, stick around. We've got more show on the way. But first, here's how you could become a member of the Butterfinger Defense League.
A crime wave of epic proportions is sweeping the country. Good citizens everywhere live in fear of debased criminals laying a finger on their precious Butterfingers. If you are the victim of this devastating loss, there's only one place to turn. The Butterfinger Defense League. They are Eric, Sex Strutter, Lou, Strongman Ferrigno, and Charisma, Sassy Carpenter. When all hope is lost, they make life delicious again. But we are looking for someone to be the fourth member of the league, and it could be you. Rule number 1. Tell us why you'd be a valuable addition to the Butterfinger Defense League. Show us your own unique ability that makes you a perfect candidate to protect Butterfingers across the globe.
I'd make a great fourth member because I was raised by coyotes in the Angeles National Forest, and I can track a Butterfinger up to 3 miles away. Plus, I invented Butterfinger nunchucks.
Rule number 2. Videos must be no longer than 60 seconds.
Well, it's perfect, except it's 65 seconds long. Why is it 65 seconds long?
Rule number 3. Remember to include a Butterfinger and the line, "Nobody's gonna lay a finger on my Butterfinger." You must say it exactly like that.
Nobody better finger my butter.
Cut. That is so very wrong. Run it again. Take 42.
All submissions will be judged by G4 on the criteria of creativity, technical merit, and the best use of Butterfinger.
The field will be narrowed to 2 finalists, and both will be transported to the 2010 San Diego Comic-Con and appear on the G4 stage with Kevin and me.
The grand prize winner will be announced live and initiated as the 4th member of the Butterfinger Defense League. Plus, they'll walk home with a $20,000 prize.
Go to g4tv.com/Butterfinger Defense League for more info. Good luck.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS, Fred Willard from Youth in Revolt will join us live in studio. Plus, Chris Hardwick keeps it coming with more Apple news and expert weigh-ins from WWDC. And Chris Gore returns with Shutter Island, From Paris with Love, and more on DV Tuesday. See it tomorrow.
All right, so you were actually out of town last week. It was a dark week for AOTS.
Yes,
so you didn't just sit at your house and stare at your tonails the whole week.
No, that was my original plan.
Which is what I would have done.
Yeah, that was my original plan until BP made a little oopsie in the sea.
Yeah.
A couple weeks back, and many it's deplorable. The words I want to use, the FCC won't let me use.
Right.
There is a disaster and a half brewing in the Gulf, and I wanted to go out there and see it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And people who follow me on Twitter know that I'm pretty vocal about it. I try not to bring it into this show too much, but I just sort of had to, being that there are eyeballs. So I went down there. That's the Grand Terre Islands. That is this is nothing compared to what you'll see. We're working on a couple different stories. I know it's not the most uplifting imagery in the world, but I think it's imperative that people pay attention to it and look at it. That's oil that I'm writing in, with a little bit of sand mixed in. People need to be aware of this. So in a very short time, I interviewed somebody from BP. I interviewed fishermen, charter boat captains, you name it. And we really got some amazing stories out of just a catastrophic situation. So.
Well, and watching women fall off swings is, fantastic and all.
Yes, yes.
And important.
Yes,
but there
it is.
are also some serious important things that we can do as well.
Absolutely. So sorry if you weren't prepared to see footage like that, but I assure you're going to want to see what we prepare for you. I think it's really important. But Topolski from Engadget are coming on, and to Miss Morgan Webb for co-hosting.
Thank you so much for having me stick around. International Sexy Ladies starts